Cool. So we have Neha today with us from Carrot.in.
Yeah,
It's a crypto exchange in India. So Neha, thank you so much and welcome to Crypto Conversation. We will dive deep into what is Carrot.in and what you're building. So I think let's start with a bit of intro, like who is Neha? I checked your like you have worked for Flipkart as well. So why don't you take us through a journey, like what got you into crypto, which year was it, and what got you excited about the Web3 journey, and when did you think of starting a crypto exchange, and then why a crypto exchange?
right. Uh, so of course, like if I start with my own personal journey, I started with software development and made my journey like by getting ahead in that overall ladder in software development itself. Of course, I was a techie, so had interest in all new technologies which was coming up. I was also working on data side of the things, which was involved in ML a bit. So that was going pretty interesting for me. It was in 2017 when I was first introduced to blockchain and crypto. Basically, that was through a friend circle of mine, where we were trying to participate in one of the hackathon, which was organized by Ethereum, and that's when it struck me, and I thought, okay, maybe this is something which is very interesting tech wise, actually. Post that, like the interest fell off, and I didn't continue in that. But in 2020, when it was all pandemic, I kind of picked up on it again. Started investing in crypto. Of course, started with Bitcoin and several other coins also as I move forward. And that's when I figured out the gap which is present in current Indian market. So Carrot is not just a trading or a cryptocurrency exchange. What we are doing is we are making a crypto investing like very simple and easy to use. For example, like DeFi, for instance, right? That's very difficult for someone who does not have a lot of technical depth or does not have a lot of know-hows of crypto world. They will not be able to understand what is DeFi and how they can benefit from it. For example, how they can attain financial freedom or how they can earn passive income. There are a lot of things which are going on. So we're just trying to make crypto investment in DeFi very easy and very accessible through Carrot. So we are basically a investment product in crypto where we are providing a high yield interest account on crypto rails. So that's what we do.
Ah, so this is different from the Coin DCX and WazirX. Actually,
Yes,
how
right.
come you're comfortable with Hindi also?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So basically, I think जब मैं स्टार्ट करने वाला था तो आई थॉट कि I'll start with कि यार ऑलरेडी वजीर एक्स है कॉइन डी सी एक्स है एंड देन वाई वन मोर एक्सचेंज बट आई नो द नीड ऑफ इट बिकॉज अभी भी हम लोग बहुत अर्ली हैं नॉट जस्ट वन एक्सचेंज बट
Yes.
बहुत सारे एक्सचेंज आएंगे एंड
Mm.
वी हैव टू ऑन बोर्ड लाइक अ बिलियन पीपल एंड वी आर नॉट इवन टच
Yes.
10%. सो आप
Mm.
बोल रहे हो कि दिस इज स्लाइटली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम ऑल द अदर एक्सचेंजेस बिकॉज ये
Yes.
यहाँ पे है दिस इज नॉट जस्ट एन एक्सचेंज यहाँ पे एक इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लेटफॉर्म है. Can you take us through
Yes.
कि Carrot.in की ये इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लेटफॉर्म क्या है? Let's focus on that कि ये what
Sure.
product is this? Yeah.
Sure. So if say I'll tell you two parts to it, right? For people who already hold crypto or already hold some amount of cryptocurrency anywhere in the world. Second is people who don't hold anything. So people who are holding something, who are long-term believers, say Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoin, anything of for that matter, while they are holding it, it just lying on their portfolio very idly, right? You don't, it does not compound on its own. Like if you have one Bitcoin today, tomorrow also you will have one Bitcoin. So what we offer is we offer a product, investment product, where they can on interest on their Bitcoin, stablecoin, Ethereum, or other asset. So it benefits them by helping them compound their wealth. The wealth which you were having in terms of Bitcoin, Ethereum, you're already compounding on that. You don't have to do any work for that. We as a company provide you that product, which makes it very easy for you to kind of compound on it. That is first part. Second part, for users who don't own any crypto as such and who don't have much knowledge of what it is, what whole blockchain crypto is about, then for that you can understand it like in your current financial overall ecosystem. When you deposit your money to your savings account, for example, if your salary get credited to your savings account, then you automatically start earning 3 to 4% of return of investment, which is APY, right? uh, Per year as return of investment on your savings. Now here we are saying that we are offering you up to 17%. What does that mean? that we are offering that 17% in stable coin. Now, a stable coin is also pegged to a US dollar, right? In India, you might already be aware that around 2 to 3% every year kind of INR loses its value with respect to USD. So all in all, it becomes around 19% of return of investment which you do for which you are able to make. So that gives you a very good source of extra income which you can get by leveraging crypto, by leveraging DeFi. And as I told earlier, if even if you don't know, you can still use our product, which simplifies a lot of that DeFi journey for you. So these are the two audiences which exist in current world: people who own crypto, understand crypto, versus people who don't. Our product is actually for both of them, where they can compound their wealth through Carrot.
And ये जो interest है, I think it's 17% APY. ये सिर्फ
Yes.
बिटकॉइन पे है या फिर और भी क्रिप्टोस पे?
So 17% is on stablecoin, 8% is on Bitcoin, and 9% is on Ethereum.
But जो 8% Bitcoin है, that also you'll get in stable coin. You won't get that in Bitcoin, is that right? How,
Sorry,
how
I
do
didn't
you
get the
how, how
question.
do you how do you calculate that? Did you say that when you offer 8%, you offer 8% of BTC, is that right? Or the
Yeah,
USD value?
BTC. So actually, if you put one BTC with us
Got
today,
it, got
at the end
it.
of the
Yeah.
year, you will have 1.08. And
Yeah.
if you put say 100 USDT of 100 quantity of USDT, you will get 117 USDT at the end of the year.
So, see, one of the questions that usually people have is with the custodial exchanges, right? You already know I think some of the incidents that happened with
Right.
Vault and
Yeah.
Celsius and whatnot. These guys
Right.
were offering also a very high yield. So, like, how do you tell anyone who has seen this to really trust Carrot that you will? I
Right.
mean, like, where do you get these interest to offer them from?
Right. So it's not as in it's not just one platform which went with that journey. There are a lot of other global platforms also which kind of failed to survive in the market downturn which happened. Also because of a lot of redemption pressure on their platform, they went into a bank run kind of situation, right? So the way we look at it is it's basically a function of overall risk management strategy. How will you manage your risk is something which is going to define how will you able to say build trust in your users. For example, like we categorize risk into multiple parameter, like you can say it can be liquidity risk, it can be duration risk, or several other types also. So we have a risk strategy in place which is very solid, very strong. And once after this whole financial situation has occurred with multiple global platforms including Vault in current scenario, we ran the overall situation through our risk strategy, and we actually found out that we would have been able to succeed in that scenario. And right now also we have been in the market from last 8 months, and we have been able to provide sustainable return to user consistently. There is another one very big factor which is kind of validating that point, is that the withdrawal from our platform is very, very less. People who have deposited the money, they have actually not taken out the money from the platform, which kind of justifies that they are happy with what we are providing. The users are happy, we are able to meet their expectations. If they are, if whatever we have promised, like if you have promised 17%, we are giving them 17% very sustainably in the overall market scenario also. Yeah.
And just to understand, like, how do you generate the revenue? Like, what are the sources of revenue for the exchanges right now?
Right. So for a product like ours, we have two sources of revenue. One part of our product is the exchange part, right, where a user can uh, come and buy crypto for fiat, or say they can sell like fiat for crypto or something like that. So for that, we charge a percentage of fee on the trading. So we have a trading fee model for the revenue. And also in the investment product, like we keep a certain percentage of revenue for us, apart from what we give to the user. So those are the two sources of revenue for us as a business.
And like, how many coins people can trade on the exchange? Because I'm not able to see
Right.
actually.
Right now, we have enabled it for around 65 tokens, 65 assets, which a user can trade. Out of those 65, we have allowed for investment, which is our high yield interest account, for 5 assets as of now. From the research, what we have found is that in the overall global economy, also 90% of the asset lies with stablecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So if you are covering those top three assets, right, then most of your user needs are kind of catered to. So that's why we have kept it very limited. But for trading, we have opened it for 65 assets.
For exchanges like CoinDCX and others, right? They have partnered up with companies like I'm not sure what's the name of the company. It's called Coin Vault. So all these exchanges have some or the other partnerships with the companies who protect their funds in
Yeah,
in case things go wrong. What is? Can you
right.
talk about the security of the funds with the Carrot.in and if any partnership that happen and how do you store funds and things like that?
Yes, yes. Sure. As you said, like, I think what you're talking about is a wallet infrastructure provider. So what happens in exchange like ours or investment product like ours, right? So we have the expertise of, say, helping user in compounding their wealth. We don't have the expertise of building a wallet infrastructure, for example. So then in that cases, we partner with a third party. For example, CoinDCX is partnered with BitGo for that matter. And we are partnered with Fireblocks. So what Fireblocks does is it provides a wallet which is very safe, and on all of the user funds kind actually sits on the Fireblocks vault. So that way it comes under whatever security mechanism which Fireblocks has actually enabled, which helps in securing users' asset. So that way it becomes very, very secure. And if you might be already aware actually that Fireblocks is actually one of the top two big wallet infrastructure provider apart from BitGo, I guess. Yeah. So uh, that is a very well proven, and I think almost like all of the exchanges in the world are also partnered with Fireblocks in one way or the other. So that way it provides very good security infrastructure for us. And that's how we can say very confidently that users fund will be secure, because it provides you cold wallet, hot wallet, and warm wallet. So you can actually decide the severity, or you can actually decide the layer in which you want to keep your funds, and then you can protect it.
So you said that you've been, that's great. So yeah, I mean, one of the thing is that this is a major concern for every user who are like, even me, if I'm signing up on exchange, for me also
Right.
like, okay, even if I'm depositing like $100, I want to make sure that, okay, I know the founders first. I don't want to open an exchange where the CEO is like using some monkey picture on
Yeah.
Twitter and things like that. So that is important. Second thing I wanted to ask, like you said that the exchange has been in operation for last 8 months. What kind of response have you seen? How many users are trading and all those stuff?
Right. So I don't think I'll be able to tell out all the numbers right now, but the response has been quite good. Like we have been growing. If we talk about our overall revenue and AUM growth, that has been pretty good. If I talk about this quarter and the quarter before this, so in the initial few days, like we were growing only through organic marketing, like word of mouth, and that has also been quite good in terms of overall Indian ecosystem actually. So on Telegram, we have around 2.5K subscriber to our channel, where we generally post about our product, post about the updates and general market sentiment and all. People also keep on discussing very freely about what is happening in the market. And apart from that, of course, like we have been growing through social media, through our Instagram, through Twitter. Surprisingly, Instagram response has been quite well as compared to Twitter. So we are now focusing a bit more on Twitter in terms of how can we actually make it a lot better. Because generally, people who want to invest in crypto, they once they want to start, they of course find a lot of Twitter threads. So that is a very good place for us to kind of be present in a very strong way. And apart from that, like we have been running some campaigns throughout like multiple months in order to acquire users, like say some deposit campaign, sign up campaign, and things like that. So those things have helped us really in acquiring our first few users.
Yeah, I think Instagram works because a lot of people on Instagram like they want to start their crypto journey, but they have no
Mm.
clue. So if you
Yeah.
build a product which can simplify them, like just like opening up a Facebook account. If you can build a product
Yeah,
like that, then they
right.
it's easier to start. So I think that's why the response has been great. I wanted to ask you, like, in terms of growth, what have you planned, and are there any funding that you have received, or are you planning something like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we are right now operational in Indian ecosystem, in Indian geography actually. We want to expand to Middle East and Southeast Asia in terms of geography, right? So for that, we recently secured pre-seed round. The news for that is actually you might find it online as well. So we recently did a pre-seed round of ours, and we will be looking to raise in another few months. That's when we'll do our seed round. So for growth, I think like since we have already established our MVP and have some initial traction, now we are looking for more stronger product market fit. For that, we are trying to get user feedback. We are constantly talking to users. We are trying to do some UX research and finding out where are the gaps in our current product, how we can make the steps very, very simple so that user does not fall off in the overall journey. So those are the things on which we are working out for growth. Like there are certain channels which we have identified with respect to say where do we actually put up our ad. Right now in India, it's actually we have found it a bit difficult to put it up on Google Ads, Twitter ads because it bans crypto related ads. So we are trying to find alternate source in terms of where do we put up our ads, how do we make it reach via inorganic means also apart from the organic thing which we have been doing so far. So we have been talking to some influencers. We did a small campaign for Diwali also along with influencer. So apart from that, like we are focusing very heavily on community and on education. So we believe that if you are there who if you're someone who can educate a user, then they will relate to you or they will remember you much more better as compared if you're just selling your product. So that way it builds a lot of trust. So we are putting a lot of focus of ours in terms of how do we educate the user more and more. So that's why on our social media also we try to put apart from say reels and memes and all, which gets a lot of engagement, we try to constantly put educational content in which user can actually go and read about it. Maybe tomorrow they can search Google search on it and they can learn. So that makes them remember the brand. That is one thing which we have learned.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, a lot of brands, even Coin26, they started focusing a lot on education. I think that's the key role for every brand today, because if you can educate someone on what Bitcoin is, they are now yours because they trust you more
Yes,
now. And so
right,
they want to start their journey. I think this is the same thing that I've been doing on this channel. But
right.
but what I've found in my experiences after a certain stage, like crypto is a journey, right? Like you start at
Hmm.
like nursery and then first and second, and I feel now like I'm in the 10th standard, and somebody like
Okay.
new like watching my video like yesterday's or day before yesterday's video, he will not get
Hmm.
anything because then
Yes.
he has to clear first, second, third, and
Start from zero.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So have planned something to create something for the beginners so that
Yeah.
you get your basic information here, and then you watch this video and then it will make sense to you, perhaps. you
Right.
know
Right.
Something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's very fascinating. What else? Anything else you want to share? What about the liquidity? Like if there is an active trader who trades day in and day out,
Hmm.
like what kind of liquidity depth do you have, and like is this like a sale order? People go and put their sale order and buy order, something like that, or how is it?
Yeah. 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 So people can put their buy order and sell order. For liquidity, we actually so the way exchange works is either they can pool their liquidity from a third party, right? Someone like a Binance or FTX or any other platform, or they can they also have some AMM bots which kind of market make on their platforms. So right now we are pooling our liquidity from a third party exchange. That's how we never like fall short of liquidity. So we have very huge liquidity on the platform itself. If somebody is coming with a high volume order also day in day out, then we will be able to fulfill that because we already pull it from a third party exchange. Apart from this, like very recently, we also launched our institutional product. I think it will be live. It will be in the news or live somewhere after a few days, where we are offering it for high net worth individual, like private clients, because those institutions or those high net worth individual or family offices are always looking out for products where they can do alternate investment, right? Those guys are very heavy into real estate and couple of other investment product also. So we wanted to offer them a product where they can actually park their money and can generate interest as high as 17%. So that will be very lucrative product for them. So we will be launching that side of our product as well. And apart from that, like we are also going into OTC services. So we'll be providing OTC services for folks who want to do very high volume trade, as you said, like people who just want to sell out their USDT and then get the fiat. So that is also something which we are kind of venturing into. Yeah.
Interesting. Because I haven't, not that I have heard of that any exchanges have started offering institutionals investing
That's
in
true.
India at
In
least.
India, it's not that. Yeah.
It's not there.
So
Yeah,
we'll be
yeah.
the first to provide that. Yeah.
Amazing. And when is it going live then?
So we'll be putting it out. I think tomorrow or day after. One
You
of these
must,
2 day then is better. Yeah.
and you must have got the demands for this product, isn't it?
Yes, actually. So we felt so the needs around it also kind of became very evident while we were kind of fundraising. So of course, like it was the B2C product which we were kind of pitching to, and while we were talking to investor, we also realized that people who have a lot of funds which are already parked somewhere, right? They need a place where they can earn something very stable on that. Like, why not do that? And then in we talked to a couple of like such high net worth individual and people who represent family offices to talk about like will it really benefit them or not. And the thing which we figured was, yeah, there was some skepticism around crypto for that, but at the same time people are willing to experiment with it. So and as we go long term, we are pretty sure that there will be some or the other way for people to kind of go around the overall legal challenges which we are facing right now. So then it becomes a very good product for high net worth individuals and family offices also.
Yeah. Because yeah, I mean, once you start, then you know, okay, what are the questions, what are the challenges you're facing, and then
Yeah,
you can scale it up from there. When the time, and by the time the
right.
time will be, I'm sure a lot of more people will be interested in this kind of services. So how do you
Yeah.
sign up? Like one has to do a full KYC in India, right?
Yeah. So on our app, like for private clients, we have enabled only website. For retail users, like we have enabled app. So you can actually just sign up through your email. Once you sign up, you receive an OTP, you validate the OTP, then you are a user. In order to trade or invest, you need to have a KYC. So for that, you just upload your PAN, get your selfie, we validate that in the backend. It takes less than 20 seconds. And then you're a KYC user. Once you're a KYC user, then you can onboard your fiat and start trading or start investing.
You can use it on both, right? On web and app, both, right?
Yeah. So for retail users, we have made it app only.
Oh, okay.
So you will have to get the app. Yeah.
Okay. So anyone who's still watching us after 25 minutes, 26 minutes, I invite you to go ahead, download the app. I'll put all the links in the description. I think that's a wrap. Anything else you want to share, Neha, that you think is interesting I haven't asked you?
No, I think like we have covered around the product, of course. So our goal of us kind of remains like we want to make DeFi investing very simplified and very easy. So that people get access to DeFi even when we don't understand a lot of it. Of course, we will do our best to make them understand and educate them in terms of what is going into it. And that's the product. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'll put the social media links. I think you're on Twitter. You have a Telegram group, and of course the link to the app. So if you're watching it, go ahead, check the product out, and give your feedback.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much for doing this, Neha. And
thanks a lot.
thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for having me. Bye.